Hi. Taurine, what would I do without you? Probably get a lot more sleep and be a genuinely more healthy individual. But I get a lot less work done. Hello everyone, my name is Kate and this is the Mobile Melon Project. I wasn't forced into calling myself Kate, I just decided to do that. Before I really get started here, I want to... Whoa, 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 whoa. What is... Ah! Oh my god. I don't think my lungs are supposed to do that. Oh no. Before I really get started here, I want to address my other two bandmates. First off, Jack, I'm sort of wondering if any of your previous bandmates actually have any particular attachment to those songs, because I'd kind of like to... They're good songs. I'd kind of like them to not die. So I was wondering if, like, maybe we could do what we did with Green Tea Theory and covering Mr. Cauliflower and maybe grab some of the old things of you guys. Before you got Willie, of course, because we don't have a keyboard. Second off, Seb, I'm going to strangle you! No, I'm not kidding. If you don't upload a video this coming Monday, I will strangle you. On camera. To death. To death. This is my angry face. This is my angry and judgmental face. In all honesty, events within my life that are actually, like, involving anyone else are few and far between. But strangely enough, I've actually gone through a good series of changes in these past 2 weeks. To begin with, I might be changing career paths. As I said in my introduction, I had planned on going to Ryerson for film with a focus on screenwriting. Essentially what I always said to myself was that I just want to tell a story. Any story. Have it recorded in the annals of history and all that. But at the time, I didn't realize how much I was limiting myself. The thing is that in the end, all forms of art, visual, literature, anything, is, in the end, storytelling. Whether it be a single story or many. The thing is that I hadn't truly looked into other forms of writing. I had become almost too focused on words. And while that is still something that I have a focus on, I have broadened my viewpoint slightly. And so now suddenly the idea of game design is becoming more and more appealing. The thing is that I'd always viewed storytelling as telling a story of someone, or something, or a culture. But I never realized before that you could use the mediums that we have now to tell the story of the person viewing, or tell them something about themselves through these actions. I haven't scripted this at all, so this might be slightly confusing. Sorry. I recently played a Flash game called Loneliness. I've included a link below, and so if anyone wants to go and experiment with this, I advise you to do so before you continue on. I discovered it from a YouTube show called Extra Credits, which I highly advise anyone watch because it can be very enlightening on how games work. After playing it, I took some time to analyze what I had done throughout the game. For those of you that decided not to go and play it, I'll quickly explain what it is. Essentially, you are a black pixel. Around you there is nothing but white and other black pixels. These black pixels are doing a variety of things, standing in place, fiddling around. There's one that seems to be a group of people around a fight of some kind. And already I called them people. But they have no distinguishing characteristics, they're just people. Blank. The only controls you have are movement. You can move forward, you can move back, you can move side to side. Every single time you come near one of these groups of black squares, they all run from you. What's funny is that when I started to analyze what I had done throughout the game, when the groupings were in small clusters, like, say, 5, 6, I would go towards them, just to see if it was anything different. And of course it never was. But then something else happened. When the crowds were larger, like 20 to 30, I would purposefully avoid them. Without even thinking, I would get as far from them as I possibly could. And then came certain segments of it where there were people crossing across, just going and going and going and going and going and going and going, kind of like a street. And I found myself taking a pause there and actually being very reluctant to go forward. Now the funny thing is that when I did it, it seemed natural, but when I looked back on it, I was slightly shocked with myself. I've always known I was an introvert. I've always known that I don't actually enjoy large crowds and so forth. I actually absolutely hate Toronto because I can't get away from people when I'm on the street. But then afterwards, when I looked back on it, I didn't realize until I played that game just how deep that fear went. When you get to the top, or nearing the top, the white background begins to sort of cloud up, and fewer people are there, but they still run from you. The pure amount of things that this could symbolize are innumerable. But the thing is that it's never made specific, and it's made by you in the end what that means to you. At the end of the game, it shows this screen. Those are the only words throughout the entire game. And I think this is why I'm beginning to look at game design as more and more of a possibility for me. As I said, I've always said that I've wanted to tell stories, but what better story is there than the story of the player or viewer themselves? In any case, that got dark rather quickly, didn't it? I've begun to practice designing games by designing a card game with Tino and Matt, just as an experiment. In any case, that's about all I have time for today. Sorry it wasn't as entertaining as usual. I guess I've just been in a weird place. In any case, Jack, I pass the proverbial microphone to